Welcome to the world of digital currencies, where high volatility helped some investors make millions overnight, and where lack of specialized information made others lose their portfolios in a matter of weeks. Finding quality centralized information on cryptocurrency investing is currently a random process. Browse the internet and you will find a number of imperfect sources from YouTube channels and blogs, all the way to industry news and market data websites. And with thousands of new coins on the horizon, few investors can make informed decisions that lead to healthy portfolio growth. But what if you could have access to a platform that provides actionable market information, where you can access analyst and sector reports, technical trading alerts, code vulnerability, and security assessments to judge the viability of a token, and where the community is incentivized financially to distinguish the meaningful information from the noise in the market? The Pareto Network aims to achieve just that. It brings together specialized content creators and investors with the aim to advance the knowledge of cryptocurrency investment. Content creators produce relevant financial information which is curated by the platform. When token holders reward the quality of their information, they receive Pareto tokens. Token holders access that information and reward its quality using the same network tokens. A ranking algorithm places them in a queue, which determines how fast they receive the information, depending on their activity levels within the platform. Ranking higher gives you access to actionable information before everyone else. Finally, a system that helps identify market inefficiencies and promote more accurate price discovery, all while aligning the economic incentives of all its participants. The Pareto Network, the first peer-to-peer financial content marketplace.
My name is Anthony Scarpulla, and I'm here today on behalf of cryptocurrency investing. And today I have the pleasure of interviewing Eric Lamison-White, the CEO and co-founder of Pareto. Pareto is the first peer-to-peer financial content marketplace. Eric, thanks for being here, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction.
Yeah, I also just want to give him a brief little rundown with your background. So Eric's been a cryptocurrency developer since 2013. He's also the CEO and founder of the Blockchain Development Company. He's a former FDIC investigator, and he also has over 8 years software development and engineering management experience. So yeah, seem to know what you're doing there.
Thank you. Thank you.
So great. Well, let's just start off, man. What is Pareto? What inspired you to create it, and then what problems are you set out to solve?
Exactly. Yes. Thank you. So the Pareto Network, what we're doing is basically changing the incentive model for sharing profitable information, and at the same time allowing our consumers to have confidence in the information shared. And the problem we're trying to solve is that markets are inefficient. Information is kept away. Well, the assumption is that good information is kept away, and the good information you hear about is not accurate. And there's a lot to support that in all capital markets. In the cryptocurrency markets, the problem is 10 times worse. There's actually disincentives to trust any information or to give any good information. And that's very hurtful to price discovery and market efficiencies. Just pretty much getting capital to where it really needs to go based on accurate information. So that's the problem we're trying to solve. And this really comes from my experiences in a variety of capital markets.
Awesome, man. Yeah. So, before we dive into, the mechanics of the Pareto Network, I guess, just tell us a bit more about the team behind Pareto, because just from looking it over, you seem to have a really well-rounded team of experts, across all sectors. And I noticed you also have Ian Bellina as an advisor, who I personally love, So yeah, just tell us about your team a little bit.
Sure. So there's myself. You gave the introduction about myself. I have a mixture of computer science background, as well as macroeconomic background, working with a federal financial regulator. And alongside the macro and the trading and the computer science, crypto just really fit right in with everything I've experienced. We have my co-founder, Ted Lamfer, serial entrepreneur. He's been in the medical devices space. He's worked with IBM, just all throughout various tech runs, tech bubbles, tech phases, and now he's in the crypto space. Before I met him, and we have data scientists on our team. So this actually does go into, it's unavoidable, it goes into how the Pareto Network functions. We have exclusive content partners who generate information for our network, and our network syndicates it. Other content contributors will be able to come on after we come on an ad hoc basis after we open up the platform. But in the meantime, we do have exclusive content contributors.
Cool.
To show the caliber of information. And our primary content contributor is called Indotech, and that's run by Dr. Anna Becker and John Heffernan. And together they have, together they probably have 50 years experience, but basically Dr. Anna Becker has been doing quantitative analysis and implementations for around 20 years on Wall Street and equities markets. And John Heffernan, he's been a floor trader for the CME group, or in the CME group, in the commodities markets for 30 years. So he's really seen that market get more efficient. He's built exchanges actually across the world. And he sees the crypto space as a place where he can also just help build that infrastructure. And they're coming through Indotech, providing us analysis. Then there's Ian Bellina. You could ask him, but I got him into the crypto space a year and a half ago, and he's really just run with that in a way I don't think anybody could have foreseen. It's amazing. So we definitely have a good crew from different aspects of this economy we're all building.
Nice. So you're personally responsible for Ian Bellina's crypto, the initial light bulb moment, I guess.
Yeah. We have an AMA with him out as well, so he should be able to corroborate that claim. Because he's grown so big that such a thing would be, someone should rightfully be skeptical if someone said that. But yes, that's me.
Wow, that's great, man. Yeah, no, Ian's been one of my favorites in the whole space. He's helped me a lot personally, but yeah, that's awesome. So let's just keep diving in. So when Pareto launches, right, you said they'll just be the exclusive partners, primarily distributing the content. So how long after will other people be able to apply and, become content distributors of all kinds of different financial crypto information?
Right. So we should have an updated roadmap out with that a couple weeks after our sale's over. We've just been in selling mode, pretty hardcore. And that's just been a mixture of what our advisors have suggested doing. There's a lot of great teams that focus more on the tech side, but then no one hears about them, versus teams that just do marketing, but they don't have any tech. We're probably somewhere in between. And so we'll get that. We'll have an updated roadmap after we're done selling.
Great. Cool. So, do you need to be an expert to share content, or is this open and potentially profitable for anyone, beginners?
Exactly.
Everyone in between.
Yeah. So, it doesn't have to be expert, which is one of the beauty of it, but also where the skepticism would come from, about why would I be able to have confidence in this information? And you want to dive into the mechanics, because it's all just the elephant in the room now. Basically, we have consumers and intel providers or content contributors, and the consumers are all ranked in the Pareto Network. And that ranking is based on a proof of activity formula. The gist of it is the higher your ranking, the sooner you get information. The lower your ranking, the older the information is. So we have people being able to compete with each other to get information sooner. Mm-hmm. The three primary variables are by least weighting to greatest weighting is how much Pareto you own, how long you've owned the Pareto, and how much you have paid our intel providers, or how often you've paid the intel providers actually. And the first two variables are weighted averages, and the last variable is actually an exponential increase to your ranking, a temporary exponential increase. So it really keeps people coming back if they make profitable trades from this information, like they would consider increasing their balance of Pareto so they can evaluate and consider paying more content contributors. Now the payment, this is important, the payment is actually retroactive. We have a system where you can retroactively be incentivized to pay content contributors after you've seen the information is profitable. You want to do that because you want the content contributor to do more of what they did, and you want to get it sooner. So therefore, it lets you be a little choosy and decide what information is better, and that forces a selective evolution in our network of like what content contributors will bother. And now the non-experts. The content contributors, they require a balance of Pareto and a payment of Pareto to actually post on our network. So that's primarily is the anti-spam provision. And regarding the reputation, we will just show like how often they've been paid. And that is just a visual feature that would help people understand that, hey, other people find this valuable. And I want to get what these guys are saying before they find out. So there's the competitive aspect.
Nice. Wow. Yeah. So, in terms of the actual costs for the content and information, is that something that the content distributors themselves set, or does the market determine that?
Well, loaded question at both. The content contributors do set that. And if you look at your, the increase to your ranking, it is based on the proportion of the amount you paid them. So like if a content contributor said, hey, I think everyone should pay me 1,000 Pareto to get your max boost to your ranking for this information. Yeah, they stand to make a lot of money, but you could send them 100 Pareto and you would get 1/10 of the increase to your ranking.
Okay, that makes sense. Cool.
So the market does determine, like if these guys aren't making as much money as they want, but people are paying them, then they have to learn how to adjust their desired payments.
And then in terms of signing up to become a content distributor, I guess, do you guys vet people, or is it just kind of a free-for-all at first and you kind of let the market decide like who's actually putting out good stuff? Or obviously you don't want everyone just spamming.
Right now we're forming exclusive partnerships.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Some of those come with subsidies. Some of those come with, we just have like one-on-one contracts right now. The Intersect one's actually a very close relationship with our company, but some other people that have been introduced to us in our network, very, very good analysis and insight in these markets, have different arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
We will, eventually open it up to people, like after people see what the level of detail that's necessary, the kind of analysis, like you can't just say, this currency is going to the moon. It's like, okay, what's the rationale? Where's the utility and demand going to come from? And also I'm able to kind of steer the discussion about how to, make a valuation metric that works in these markets. And that's been really important to me, but I'm able to bring that out to our content contributors, and this network is going to syndicate this kind of information. And the main goal is to just increase the level of maturity, honestly, in these markets.
Mm-hmm.
The level of maturity.
Nice. Yeah, we could definitely use some of that in the crypto space. So I'm just trying to get a better understanding. So say, you have one of these content distributors that you already have lined up, like you mentioned, and
right.
say, like they set a rate of 1,000 Pareto to fully access everything. Like you said, if I was to pay just 100, does that mean would I still have access to everything, or would I get like 1/10 of what they're putting out?
You would get access to everything. Your ranking in our system would get 1/10 of the boost as well.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. Sweet. And then what else did I have lined up here? So the utility of Pareto. So from my understanding, holders can use it to pay content creators on the network and receive specialized info, before everyone else. Is that the main functionality of it?
That's the main functionality of it. Pareto is an access token. And there's so many analogies to this, to just normal access tokens that people would get to access a technology, a software service. It's a cryptographic hash that's unique to you. So the gimmick that we're settling on a blockchain really just lets us offload the accounting and user identification to the blockchain, and it makes us a lot more lean and nimble. But ultimately, this is a software as a service company. And if you really dive into it, we do a lot to discourage speculation of our token. Accessing our network requires you to sign an address, an Ethereum address, and we check to see the balance of Pareto and calculate your ranking in a nutshell. And that's pretty much all we know about our users. But how we discourage speculation is that even though one of the variables is how much Pareto you own, it's very low. And actually, if that's what you were basing your ranking off of, you would actually be, in a way, penalized because you're forfeiting the exponential boost in your ranking from actually spending that Pareto on our contributors, keeping the velocity going in our network. And the boost to your ranking is temporary, so you have to be active in our network. So when you stop doing that and you're just a holder, you're losing benefits, and that's we're trying to encourage more activity. And also from our regulatory stance, it also fits.
Nice. Yeah, I love that model because you can't just be some whale who buys a bunch of Pareto in the pre-sale. The platform launches, and then you sit there and you have a high ranking and you're just taking up space. So
people far below you can get a higher ranking than you because their ranking can be exponentially changed. And even people at the bottom, like, we want it to be competitive. We want people to feel like they can compete in this system, as opposed to paying extra money to like an information provider like Thomson Reuters or Bloomberg to get information first. I've anecdotally heard that they have some pre-access kind of information, but I haven't experienced it myself.
Yeah, me neither. So my next question is, how long after your pre-sale is over, which is in 2 days from now, will the platform be ready, and rolling for people to just start engaging with it?
Right. Again, this is something we just have to update our roadmap on right after the sale. We do have some pieces of our MVP available on GitHub, and there should also be some videos of how it works and the things in action. But just opening it up to people, like, we just want to have a good presentation. So we'll be updating our roadmap, working with our development team. Ballpark a month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but again, I'll get more specifics out to our community because they're going to be asking too. So
yeah, totally. And then can you give us, just a few possible examples of the type of, information that people would be changing and receiving, on Pareto?
Sure. So we just can think about just past current events. So for example, in the past couple weeks, or last week actually, South Korea, like, somebody started syndicating an English version of an inaccurate South Korean post about them banning cryptocurrencies. In our network, somebody close to them would know this was about to go out, and they have no way to monetize this information. And maybe they're not the person that wants to go short. Maybe they only have $1,000 to take a bearish position, and they're like, oh, great, I can make 20%, but that's not really going to change my life. Pareto Network provides a clear monetization path for you to say, hey, this is what's going out. It's inaccurate, it's old, but hey, some Asian country banning crypto still works. So, so just let people know, and what our users do with that information, what our consumers do with that information is really up to them. But at the top, you will have whales. You will have people that, 20% gains is still millions of dollars. And they will be able to either reposition or take a bearish bet or anything, and incentivize you to keep monetizing. So again, like, you don't have to be the expert. You don't have to be an expert and a trader. Like, you can cover your real life expenses and live your life and still monetize information.
Nice. Yeah. No, I love this whole concept, man, because I feel like Pareto is really going to fill like a big niche and void within the current crypto scene, because where are you getting all this info as of right now? It's spread out everywhere and you don't know who to trust, and it's coming from Telegram, the Facebook, and some deep subreddit posts, and like, yeah. So I'm excited to see how this unfolds for you guys, and participate myself too, because I'm like, yeah, this is
glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
Yeah, so I just had another question pop up in my head. Is there like a minimum amount of Pareto that you need to hold as a user on the platform?
So right now it'll just be a free fall. You could own a fractional percent and just get a lot of stale information. I mean, you'll be at the bottom of the ladder if you do that. And it helps people just see like what's going on. Like, do I want more of this? And that's fine. There may be in the future just various thresholds that we set for a variety of our different variables. So it's just something to pay attention to. But right now it'd be like a free for all.
Cool. And then say you have the highest rank. Mm-hmm. How much quicker are you receiving info than the people at the bottom as it trickles down?
Right. So I don't have the answer to that. What I do have the answer to is that there will be various, I guess, tracks that content contributors can actually set. So fast, just like, okay, this needs to go through the ladder quick, but you still have an information advantage. So like a 30-second advantage. There are some things that'll be hours between, I guess tiers of ranking in this case. And there will be some things that'll be much longer, or just go through our ranking system a lot slower.
Gotcha. Cool. That makes sense.
I hope that gives some insight into what to expect.
Yeah, definitely it does. Cool. So any other announcements regarding, which possible exchanges you guys might launch on post ICO? Or
I can't talk about exchanges. I can't talk about exchanges unilaterally. So I'm going to have to cut that one.
Wait and see.
But I can say that we're going to be on a Fox Business special in March 2018, and it's going to be their, I believe, their first blockchain special in this series of programs. And Pareto, we're going to be talking about the same things. And our primary target audience are financial professionals, and the retail and technical analysis traders in the crypto space should find utility from our tool or see a different perspective. But our primary target audience are what are like whales. And so we do want to get in front of them. And that's what the purpose of this thing is. And just seeing how the collective conscious has been turned on to the blockchain space now really makes this even more exciting. It should also be followed up with commercials like internationally over the rest of the year from the same special. So that's exciting. That's one thing I wanted to announce. And I also wanted to announce that for our ongoing business operations, we're actually looking into a turnkey solution. So like these financial professionals and others won't need to understand Ethereum wallets and et cetera to get access. Like we would make a turnkey solution for them to pay us and get, we'll put their Ethereum somewhere. We'll probably even send them a hardware wallet, right? But we'll sign their address and let them get in, or help them sign their address, and they won't have to think about it anymore. Maybe even via a multi-sig solution. So that's something that I wanted to just, I guess, make apparent to your audience.
Nice. Yeah, that's huge. That Fox News, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to definitely tune in, and I'm sure many of us will as well.
Fox Business, yes.
Fox Business, okay. Cool. And I'm sure you guys will be blasting that out on social media like right before. Yeah.
Yes, so follow us on Twitter, or, we're Pareto Network, and follow us on Telegram announcement channels. That's like really the best way. That's where the community is, right? But we do have like a bigger email list, actually. Our Facebook page is also just as viable, but they're all cross-shared. We also have Medium. You know how it is.
Yeah, nice. And then, with that in mind, do you have any kind of final remarks regarding the end of the pre-sale, right? Because as far as I understand, the pre-sale after this is over, there's not
no further sale.
Right.
Yeah, we canceled our public sale. It's actually been quite a bit of a process. This space evolves very quickly. So this is our only cell, our only remaining cell, I guess. And that's it. Tokens will be distributed soon after. We're working with really great people to accomplish that. And the rest should be history, but we'll see what happens.
Nice. So will the final data get in be Monday, or does it close on Monday, the 15th?
It closes, so it closes 0 UTC on Tuesday. So it's just like midnight Tuesday somewhere in like England or something.
All right, perfect.
But for a lot of people, it's functionally Monday.
Gotcha. Okay. And is there any minimum contribution, or is it totally open?
Yeah, this is totally open. We spend a lot of time with a variety of legal counsel to accomplish this and structure our whole everything around that. It's totally open. There's no minimum. Just whitelist yourself on our website. It's a quick Google form, and the instructions are there.
Awesome, man. Well, great. Do you have any final remarks? Anything you feel like you need to toss in there? Otherwise, I feel pretty solid.
No, I think we've covered everything. I mean, I'd love people to come and learn more. I don't want to put anybody to sleep on your stream. So yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, once again, Eric Lamison-White, the CEO and co-founder of Pareto, the first peer-to-peer financial content marketplace. Thank you so much for your time, man.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too.